YouTube.
Hey, it's Tammy, chaos coordinator. I'm a little under the weather, but I'm here. Don't count me out.
I'm here with my mom. So my love life is a bit of a mess, and work is kind of hard, so I try to outsource as much stuff as possible. Cleaning, food, blah, blah, blah. So I've tried to start to outsource matchmaking versus doing it myself. And my mom has not been the biggest proponent of it. And it's been interesting. For some people, it takes like 30, 45 days, and for me, it's like almost month 3 and still not not a prospect in sight. That's what you get. God don't like ugly.
No, it's not about being ugly. So I'm just saying. Normally it takes everybody 45 days or less. You the past 90. You get ready to go into one.
So why do you think it's taking me so long? What do you think it is about me that is harder to match? If you had to say something about that.
So first and foremost, you are socially awkward. Okay.
A bit. I feel social anxiety, but I don't think I come off socially awkward to people. I don't think most people would describe me as socially awkward. Like, I'm socially anxious, but people don't see what's in my mind. I just talk to you about it, so it's different, but... Okay, so what are some things you think that might be obstacles in my matchmaker matching me? I'm curious. Other than my social anxiety.
You have huge social anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
You're constantly questioning yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at you as a businessman. Well, first it's my son, it's my child, and then a phenomenal businessman.
Thank you.
And then I'm saying to myself, how can you constantly question yourself about you? And I'm looking at all the things you've done, and I think I think to some degree that's insecurity.
Yeah, for sure. What I'll say is, like, I think people look at all the accomplishments. So they'll see I went to Brown or Harvard.
Yeah, we know that. You keep saying it.
I'm saying these things because we're on TikTok and new people are going to see the video and they won't see it. I did those things. No, you're trying to paint an image, but it's okay. It's all right. I'll take that. Somebody's going to say that in the comments, but this is social media. That's how it goes. Nevertheless, I did those things, but I think behind all of those accomplishments, there is like definitely somewhat of an insecurity. Every time that I got an acceptance into something, every time I got an acceptance into something, I was like very nervous and like I didn't know if it was going to happen. And I get rejected from a lot of things too.
The smallest violin. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's not nice. It's really impactful to me when I don't get these things. It makes me feel bad, like I'm not a worthwhile person. But I push that to the side and kind of focus more on my love life versus going down the...
You don't have a love life, sis. You don't. You don't have a love life.
Not right now.
Well, even when
But I've historically had one. I've dated people.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
A lot of people you dated, which one did you like best?
Like best?
Yeah, who was the one you...
Timothy.
Why is that?
We had a really great connection. It was kind of like every day we'd go lay down or something. It was just like we'd laugh about like the newspaper. It felt to me like we could complete each other's sentences. He was a very intellectual guy, and so like I think for me, I like people who can be kind of witty and funny and kind of keep me on my toes. And I think that he had a lot of drive and was just like a person who understood the idea of ambition. And in a lot of ways, we could strategize with each other about our futures. And it felt to me like he was just a person that I could see myself, partnering through the rest of my life with. And that no matter what
happened. I hear all this, but let's get to the meat of it. What happened?
Well, I think one of the biggest problems, and I'm going to tread lightly on this, is that I didn't realize at the time, but now she had some gender dysmorphia. And it was very difficult at the time because I didn't know. Why are you looking at me like that? I didn't know. Maybe it was that I was ignoring the signs, because I think there were some signs.
Yeah, there were definitely signs.
There were signs. But I didn't want to mistake them as the wrong thing, because I think some of the signs that I saw were like things that could just be...
Just tell the truth. You didn't like the fact that he was carrying a pocketbook.
No. I wouldn't say it's that.
That's what you called and told me.
I didn't have the language I have today about this stuff.
Okay, see, that's that. Mm-hmm.
When you know better, you do better. But what you don't hear me going back and doing is trying to reframe myself as the victim, unlike like some of us. But nevertheless.
No, I didn't say you were reframing yourself.
All I'm saying is I was wrong for the way that I communicated things. But what I was basically saying is like, I am not attracted to femme-presenting men. Or women of all types, whether they are trans women or women that were born women. I may use wrong. Women that were born women. Please educate me in the comments if I'm saying something the wrong way. I'm speaking on the fly.
What was that you said? What was you trying to say?
Well, women that were born women. Sometimes people don't like the concept of biological women, or like there's so many different things. Like some women are offended by you saying biological women or something. I don't know what to say.
Let me break this down for you. Sometimes as babies they're born with both.
Yeah, intersex, but that's different than this.
Well, if we choose the wrong one for them, then it can be a nightmare.
Okay.
Because I have family members who were born with both.
Mm-hmm. Maybe let's circle back to what we were talking about. Let's get out of the muddy waters. You were asking me the question about who was the person that I was most into that I dated, and I told you.
He used to hurt your your feelings quite a bit because you used to call me.
I think I learned patterns of toxic relationships from my core relationship with you. Like
Now see, why are we going there?
No,
Stop. Back up. I'm not gonna let you keep taking me down this rabbit hole.
I'm not trying to go down a rabbit hole.
No.
Can I just finish?
I don't want you to finish that.
Because
that's negativity, Dakota.
No, it's not. It's not. I'm just gonna say what I learned about myself. I think that you and I have a pattern of ups and downs. I'm not trying to go into a conversation about us. We have a pattern of ups and downs that make ups and downs, and we still love each other, which makes me feel that you can have a lot of ups and downs with people and you can still battle through that. I think this is my first relationship. When I was dating this person, it was my first relationship. So I didn't understand that the extremes of those ups and downs were so extreme that it wasn't something that I should have continued to go with. But since then, I have not been in these kind of patterns. But I'm saying like the concept of like day-to-day fluctuations was something that felt normal to me, just not to that degree.
Neither one of y'all were normal.
Anything else you want to say about why it might be difficult for my matchmaker to match me?
Yeah, I know why, because you're socially awkward.
But these people don't even meet me. These people don't even meet me.
You have a lot of insecurities.
But these people haven't met me, so what do you think is just hard to match about me on paper?
Well, they got it first of you can, when you look at you on paper, that can be intimidating to someone.
Okay.
Point blank, period.
So you think it's intimidating to some people, and then when I meet them, I'm insecure?
No.
I'm not trying to say it in a bad way.
You're not going to run it together like that. You're not going to run it together like that.
So
what I'm saying to you is this right here. On paper, they can feel a little insecure themselves, okay? Mm-hmm. And then when they're speaking with you, now I have never sat out with you on a first date to hear, your conversation. I don't even know if you got any conversation. Do you have any conversation?
Yes.
I don't know if you have a player. You need to holler at your mom, but she can teach you a few things, okay? You don't have it. You don't have that game.
That's not true. You do not. You have never experienced being in a relationship.
I would love to see you out on a first date.
Let's do it.
And me sitting on the other.
Let's do it.
You know what? We'll do hitch. We'll do hitch. Put your earplug, and I'm going to tell you exactly what to say.
I'm gonna go on a date this weekend. Come out with me.
I'm going.
You and Tara can come out with me.
I don't think he's gonna be ready to do that.
Going to a car show on Sunday. Maybe you can come.
Oh, you going to a car show with who?
Someone.
Someone like who?
A guy.
A guy like who?
You are messy.
No, because you had a couple of people that didn't want to come over to the house because they said somebody called me the icon and somebody said I would trigger them. Really? Bye, boy. Boy, bye. If I trigger, that's because you allow yourself to be triggered. I'm not up sitting up here triggering nobody. I'm going to come down, do that, hey, y'all want to play some cards? You want something to eat or drink? Okay, and I go back upstairs in my bedroom. I don't sit around with you and your friends. I don't.
Anyway.
And the ones that have met me, they love me.
You're a very fun person. You are easy to love. For friends and for me. I love you too.